Welcome to this model. This video is about GSM. You're watching Satellite Communication Lecture Series. GSM stands for Global System for Mobile Communication. It is a digital cellular technology used for transmitting mobile voice and data services. The concept of GSM emerged from a cell-based mobile radio systems at Bell Laboratories in the early 1970s. GSM is the name of a standardization group established in 1982 to create a common European mobile telephone standards. GSM is the most widely accepted standard in telecommunications and it is implemented globally. GSM is a circuit switched system that divides each 200 kHz channel into 8 25 kHz time slots. GSM operates on the mobile communication bands 900 MHz and 1800 MHz in the most parts of the world. In the US, GSM operates in the band 850 MHz and 1900 MHz. GSM owns a market share of more than 70% of the world's digital cellular subscribers. GSM makes use of the narrowband time division multiple access technique for transmitting signals. It was developed using digital technology and it has an ability to carry 64 kilobits per second to 120 megabits per second of data rates. Presently, GSM supports more than 1 billion mobile subscribers in more than 210 countries throughout the world. It provides basic to advanced voice and data services, including roaming services. And roaming is the ability to use your GSM phone number in another GSM network. GSM digitizes and compresses the data, then sends it down to through the channel with two other streams that uses user data, each in its own time slot. This GSM is a standard which is developed by European Telecommunication Standards Institute to describe the protocols for second generation digital cellular networks used by the mobile devices such as mobile phones and tablets. Initially developed to support the standardization approach to digital cellular communication in Europe, the Global System for Mobile Communication Protocol are rapidly being adopted to the next generation of wireless telecommunication systems. GSM consists of a wide range of components, standards, and protocols. Analog system capacities are being stressed with more users that can be effectively supported by the available frequency allocations. Compatibility between types of systems that had been limited if non-existent. By using digital encoding techniques, more users can share the same frequencies than had been available in the analog systems. As compared to the digital cellular systems in the US, that is on TDMA, the GSM market has had impressive success. Some advantages of GSM which makes it account for its popularity and wide acceptance are: it has improved spectrum efficiency, international roaming, low-cost mobile sets and base stations, high-quality speech, compatibility with the integrated service digital network and other telephone company services, and support for new services also. GSM has gained in acceptance from its initial beginnings in Europe to other parts of the world, including Australia, New Zealand, and countries in the Middle East and the Far East. Beyond its use in cellular frequency, that is 900 MHz for GSM and 1800 MHz for DCS 1800. And the portions of the GSM signaling protocols are finding their way into newly developing PCS and LEO satellite communication systems. While the frequencies and link characteristics of these systems differ from the standard GSM air interface, all of these systems must deal with users roaming from one cell to another and bridge services to public communication networks, including the public switched telephone network and public data network. GSM architecture includes several subsystems. One is mobile station. Mobile station includes the vehicle, portable and handheld terminals. So these are the digital telephone networks. And a device called SIM, that is subscriber identity model, that is basically a smart card, provides custom information about users such as the service they have subscribed to and their identification in the network. So this is the basic block diagram of a GSM system. The main heart of the system is BSC, that is base station subsystem, and that is BSS is the collection of devices that support the switching network's radio interface. Major components of the BSS includes the base transceiver station, that is BTS, that consists of the radio modems and the antenna equipment. In OSI terms, the BTS provides the physical interface to the MS, whereas the BSC, that is base station controllers, is responsible for the link layer services to the MS. And the next system what we have seen in this diagram is network and switching subsystems. The NSS provides the switching between the GSM subsystem and external networks along with the databases used for additional subscriber and mobility management. Major components in the NSS include MSC, that is Mobile Services Switching Center, and Home and Visiting Location Register, that is Home Location Register HLR and Visiting Location Register VLR. The HLR and VLR databases are interconnected through the Telecom Standard Signaling System Control Network. And the next one is Operational Subsystem, that is OSS. The OSS provides the support functions responsible for the management of network maintenance and services. Components of the OSS are responsible for network operation and maintenance, mobile equipment management and subscription management and charging. HLR keep database of all users who reside in same geographical area. VLR keeps track of all the users roaming customers. And several channels are used in the AR interface. One is the FCCH, the frequency correction channel, which provides the frequency synchronization information in a burst. And SCH is the synchronization channel. Shortly following the FCCH burst, it provides a reference to all slots in a given frequency. PAGCH is nothing but paging and access grad channel used for the transmission of paging information requesting the setup of a call to MS. And next one is RACH, which is random access channel, an inbound channel used by the MS to request connections from the ground network. Since this is used for the first access attempt by users for the networks, a random access theme is used to aid in avoiding collisions. And the next one is CBCH, cell broadcast channel, used for infrequent transmission of broadcast by the ground network. BCCH is the broadcast control channel which provides access to status information to the MS. The information provided on this channel is used by the MS to determine whether or not to request a transition to a new call. FACCH is the fast associated control channel for the control of the handovers. TCHF is the traffic channel, a full rate for speech at 13 kilobits per second of data at 12 and 3.6 kilobits per second. TCHH is the traffic channel, half rate for speech at 7 kilobits per second or data at 6 or 3.6 kilobits per second. One of the major features used in all classics of GSM network is its ability to support roaming user, that is mobility management. Through the control signaling network, the MCS interacts to locate and connect the users throughout the network. Location registers are included in the MSC databases to assist the role of determining how and whether connections are to be made to roaming users. And here are some of the difficulties that are faced by the operators that which are: one is remote rural areas. To survey remote areas, it is often economically unfeasible to provide backhaul facilities, that is BTS to BSC, via terrestrial lines. Terrestrial lines can be of the type fiber or microwave. And the time to deploy, that is the terrestrial build-outs can take years to plan and implement. And the next difficulty is area of minor interest. These can include small isolated centers such as tourist resorts, islands, mines, and oil exploration sites and hydroelectric facilities. And temporary coverage is nothing but the special events even in urban areas can overload the existing infrastructure. GSM service security. This GSM was designed with a moderate level of service security. GSM uses several cryptographic algorithms for security. The A51, A52 and A53 stream ciphers are used for ensuring over-the-air voice privacy. GSM uses General Packet Radio Services GPRS for data transmission like browsing the web. The most commonly deployed GPRS ciphers were publicly broken in 2011. The researchers revealed flaws in the commonly used GEA1. Thank you.